Hey, and a warm welcome to Viewneo, and at the same time, a warm welcome to the third episode of the Events tutorial series. Today, everything revolves around the third use case. Just a quick reminder. This series is all about event management in Viewneo. We are talking about event management in general. I will show you various use cases with a SignageBox, a touch game, and much more. And of course, I will also show you how to set it all up in Viewneo yourself. In the last part, the second episode, we talked about the first use case with the 4K SignageBox. If you missed the video and haven't watched it yet, I definitely recommend catching up on it before this video. I will link it either below in the video description or up here in the info card. Today's episode is all about the second use case. Today, we are expanding our first use case with the 4K SignageBox by adding an additional touchscreen. Imagine the following scenario. A screen or a stand with touch functionality is in a waiting room, practice, or a restaurant, or in the entrance area, or even at a trade fair. Placed with a connected 4K SignageBox, on this touch-enabled screen, news from around the world is displayed. These news items are divided into 4 categories, namely politics, economy, sports, and entertainment. Each category corresponds to a template. I have already prepared that. This is how they could look, for example. Here we have a politics template. Then we have a sports template. Then the entertainment template. And lastly, the economy template. Each of these templates is built individually, and the news is simply integrated via an RSS feed. If at this point you don't know how to integrate an RSS feed into a template in Viewneo, I highly recommend watching the related tutorial. I will also link it here in the info card above or in the video description. Back to our use case. A touchscreen is, as we know, meant for interaction. So it would be cool if we could make these news contents or news templates touch-enabled. With touch events, this is exactly possible. The prerequisite, of course, is that you have already registered a 4K SignageBox and have it connected to a touch-enabled screen. Imagine you are standing in front of this screen and it is currently showing you news from the politics category. Actually, you are more interested in the news from the sports category. So how about if you simply tap on the sports icon or the sports category tab, and then the sports news is displayed to you after touching. In Viewneo, setting this up is very simple. Before we even create these touch events, you should first think about it fundamentally. Consider which element or layer your template should be touch-enabled. In this use case, we naturally want the news category icons in the upper third of the template to become touch-enabled. How can we activate this? Very easily. We select the template, click on Edit, then select the element, and activate it here in the top right, the touch interaction. Of course, we now have to do this for every single message template and every single symbol. In the next step, we create a playlist in which we pack all these 4 news templates. And now the events come into play. We want the content to automatically switch when the corresponding touch element, i.e., the respective news icon, is touched. How does that work? First, we right-click on our playlist and select the events here again. By the way, we need a total of 4 events because we have 4 different contents. First, we create the first event. I will name the whole thing after the news category politics for now. As a trigger, we now select touch interaction. In the next step, the filters come into play. Here, we can now select which element will execute the action during the touch interaction. In total, we have 4 news contents. For example, If the sports, entertainment, or business template is currently running, and we would like to read the political news, we need to set it so that interacting with the politics symbol automatically jumps the playlist to the political news. At first, it all sounds a bit complicated, but it really isn't. As the first filter, we select the business template under content name and then the politics button under touch elements. By the way, this is named after the level or element where we previously activated the touch interaction. We do the same now for the other two news templates, namely sports and entertainment. This means that if one of the three contents is currently running and I would like to see political news, I can tap on the politics icon. And the content immediately jumps to the political news template. To ensure this actually happens, we need to select the action down here, of course. Go to content. After that, of course, select the signage box through which the playlist is played, and then, naturally, the politics template. So again, sports, entertainment, or business are currently being displayed to me. But I want to see political news, so I tap on the touch-enabled politics icon or the politics button. The trigger is touch, and then bam! The action, the content immediately jumps to the political news template. We need to do exactly this with every news category now. We already have politics now. That means we still need the remaining three: sports, business, and entertainment. I have, of course, already prepared this once. I named all the events according to the news category, selected the appropriate touch element, and inserted the other three contents respectively. For sports, logically, the sports icon or the sports button is the touch element, and business, entertainment, and politics are the three contents. These are the templates where the trigger should be activated. And at the bottom, we naturally select the appropriate signage box and, of course, the sports template again. The same applies here. If business, politics, or entertainment news is currently being displayed, but I would like to read sports news, I simply tap on the sports button or the sports icon, and voila, sports news is displayed to me. The same process naturally works with the two remaining categories, business and entertainment. So we have now created 4 touch events, one for each of the 4 news categories. We have 3 filters, meaning the templates where the action should follow, the trigger. So content is skipped and the desired content is played. And we see the event is active. By the way, if you click on the 3-dot menu on the right, you can still edit the respective event. That's it for this video. You can find all further episodes of the events tutorial series in the appropriate playlist in the video description. Thank you for watching and see you next time.